Yeah. I think the Tesla is still the cheaper version as far as like getting the most bang for your buck. But
But
this is
then
cool.
there's so much to know, right? Does Ford include $10,000 worth of self-driving in that 50, 40 grand model?
Nah,
Are you sure?
I'm almost. It would be in this article if it did, right? It would be the first thing. It'd be the top of the page, and it drives itself.
Ford has self-driving as an option on this truck, I think. Am I wrong about that? My friends and I were talking about it. That's what they told me.
I didn't see it, but
Mm.
it's possible, I suppose. But I don't know. I still leaning toward the Tesla if I were to get an electric truck for sure.
Uh,
Is it the look that still pulls you over?
Yeah,
'Cause it's
yeah,
so
the look for
novel?
sure. But also like I know that the Tesla just comes with lots of accessories at $40,000. Like it's going to have leather seats and nice carpets, and it's going to
They-
look
they-
nice.
they don't
Mhm.
call it self-driving. They call it hands-free driving.
Mm-hmm.
So what it probably is the cruise control I have now, adaptive cruise control, which is really, really good. Like it really does pace the car in front of you nice. If you're in traffic, it'll handle stop and go traffic. Like that much is good. My truck sucks at steering though. So you kind of have to do that part. Starting, I think last year, they did lane centering, which just keeps you in the middle of the lane. You add lane centering to their already good adaptive cruise control, they probably call that self-driving.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. The goal obviously is that car that you can send to go get its own oil changed.
That would be amazing. But I'll tell you, if it just handled the highway part of any drive, that would be the bulk of the value to me.
For sure, for sure. I agree 100%. But imagine if because it does annoy me when I go to change my oil. I'm like, I gotta go do a thing. I gotta go to that place. Where do I want to go? And what kind of oil do I put in here again? And it's just like, but if I could just be like, if I could literally go to my phone and be like, oil mode, and just hear the garage door open up. Car comes back in an hour.
This
You know
is
what they should
silly
have
talk.
is self-defense mode. So if
Wait.
you know that intruders are like coming up your driveway, you go Tesla truck, defend the home, and it goes yes, master, and then it runs them down
It runs them down.
I
legally.
feel like I'm the only guy who noticed Kyle wants automated oil changes on his electric truck.
That's a good point, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Man, that's gonna ruin your.
Yeah.
You want to be able to send it out on food runs where you put the order in and then the automated voice says to the Taco Bell window like one cheesy chalupa and then it pulls up. It'll have to have some sort of trebuchet system to fire the cash into the
Yeah.
to the window. It's
maybe-
a high tech fucking beautiful truck pulls up and then like a marble falls and like a Rube Goldberg machine to throw change at the woman. It turns on.
I guess I give the car my debit card, right? I can trust my car with my debit card. He can swipe it with them.
Yeah. And then like what if someone tries to get in and steal the car? What's the defense then?
He won't stand for that.
Poison spikes in the steering wheel. I saw it.
Ejector
Lord.
seat.
When are we going to employ the injector seats? When is that going to become a thing?
How many seats do you want to have to buy? Like you don't want to. Now you're putting yourself out. How are you gonna like squat in like a seated like wall sit on the way back to the Tesla dealership?
Well, I've been ejected at that point.
No, not you. Someone who was trying to steal your car.
Oh,
Yeah,
they've been ejected too.
So no one's safe.
Everyone gets ejected.
Please don't rob the car. We're both fucked. No.
I think one of the options is going to be you can electrify the outside of the truck as a loss prevention. So you can put 1,000 volts in it. So if you touch the car, you can kill people. So
That would work. It probably burned through your battery though.
Why just the outside, right? As soon as it detects that it's stolen, you just shock the driver.
whoa, shit! Now that's AI right there.
Yeah, I'm digging it. But yeah, so my truck, with the key fob in my pocket, when I touch the handle, it unlocks all the doors, which is cool. But it makes me feel like it's my superpower, like it's my hand doing it and not the key fob. So when I don't have my key fob and it doesn't obey me, I'm like, the fuck? You know me. But it doesn't.
You can set that to open when you walk up to it automatically. You can set that up so I can mine once I'm
really?
within 3 feet, it'll open up automatically. It has that.
So I just linked something much in the same vein. So this is a South African new anti-car theft device. So if you want to watch that, basically if someone comes up, I guess car theft, huge problem. You can watch it on your own because I guess we can't show it.
Yeah, I've seen
it. Will if someone comes up to your window and you don't want them in, you can press a button and it will bathe them in flame. Like they will be burning alive and running away. And the last thing on their mind is your car. And so you're safe. You leave. You get a cool show in the rear view. It's really, really a good idea.
It's like something from a Paul Verhoeven movie. Like, it's absurd.
This is AP News. I can't tell if it's a joke.
No, you're verified.
This is real. This is actually made by the same guy, Flight Lieutenant Mugumbo, who created that helicopter.
Flight Lieutenant Mugumbe.
Flight Lieutenant Mugumbe.
Honestly, like this would be a lot more impressive invention from him instead of like welding heavy steel plates together onto a shopping cart frame.
I love
It was like a shopping cart, some stolen street signs, and a license plate. And he made something plane shaped.
And you have flown this up before, haven't you? And he's like, yes, we have done this up before. So basically, what we're talking about, Sarge, is that there's this guy in Zimbabwe from many, many years ago who claimed to have a functional helicopter, and then like when the news came, it's so obviously like a bunch of welded heavy iron plates like that would go in a tank, and then like a terrible little wind rotor. There's no window in the front, and he just keeps lying. And I think, Kyle, you've watched the video too. Do you think that reporter is fucking with him?
Yes,
the whole time?
100,000%.
Yeah.
First of all, there's no way someone who is is a real journalist and they see this guy. And they're like, this guy knows his business. This guy has clearly invented a helicopter in Zimbabwe. Like, he's wearing a bicycle helmet where he's painted that red
He
shit
just
on.
got shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, he looks like this guy gets shot out of a cannon.
And this guy's just, and like the reporter's like, and you tell us you've brought this up before. He's like, yes, we have brought this up before and flown like 10 feet in the air for a distance of 6 feet. And it was like, there is no way you've done this. And there's like other people in Zimbabwe standing around. And like, that guy is trolling him so hard because in the intro of the segment, before you even see this guy, he plays it up like, for so long, Zimbabwe has fallen behind in the world aviation race. And now
we're
that will
catching
all
up.
change.
Now
All
we're
of this
catching
will
up.
change with Roberto Magumbe. Let's take a look. And then they get over there and it's just a dirt parking lot.
Those rotors
Piece of
have
shit.
zero lift capacity. Those 2x4s, like zero.
Facing the wrong way.
In the Opie and Anthony clip, it spins so slow that Jim goes, I could stand on the hood and jump over it. every time it comes, it's like a slow
Literally
jump.
spinning at like 5 RPM or something like that. Like, they're just barely going.
And then it just ends. It's like clear. It doesn't even move forward. There's no. What engine was in there? Fucking like a bunch of car
There was
batteries
no
tied
engine.
together.
There was
Like
no engine.
The same engine Fred Flintstone used.
I think it was literally like rubber bands, so he had to like turn it the opposite direction a bunch of times to wind it up and then let go. Just so it would
that's how
move.
I wanna fly.
It's sitting on like a shopping cart's undercarriage.
We have
Yeah, and you see it. It's like no. If it did fly and land, everyone involved is dead. Because it's
Yeah.
going to hit the ground like a meteor. And, and that shopping cart is going to come right up into your asshole and tear you apart.
I gotta say, it is well made.
It's funny.
Like if you and I set out to make a helicopter in my like shop, even if we had like all the proper tools, like I've got a MIG welder and I got supplies, it wouldn't look like this. That windshield fits.
We
It
should
does fit.
give that a go. That can be the next PKA challenge. Build your own helicopter. Build your own helicopter with only tools that Magumbe had access to.
Oh God, well that's not fair at all. I gotta only use
No, we have
Magumbe's
to take
tools.
advantage of your giant.
I love
warehouse
his
tools.
dude. Is that not like a great like silly Halloween costume though? Like nobody would get it, but like it would be such an inside joke of a Halloween costume to dress up as Flight Lieutenant Mugumbe.
Flight Lieutenant Zibunde. Yeah, and then he would, yeah, like you know that like one person, if you're out at a big party, would be like, Zibunde? And you'd be like, yeah, you got it.
I love it. I mean, the blackface is a little much, but I love the costume.
I would just want to know what's with the red dot on the helmet.
I don't know.
What is it?
Is it a Japan
target?
thing?
Yeah, for laser
I mean,
targeting?
it is, but like, why would he? You know, like.
What?
Yeah, he's not in Japan, and Japan is white with the red, not the yellow. And if he's gonna do the dot, he should have got like a round sticker or something, because he just painted
He
that.
clearly
on.
like.
Yeah, and it
went
was
for
hand painted. It wasn't even stenciled. It's like, this is close enough.
Yeah.
You can see the painting of the red stripes behind him on the left.
And it's clearly brushed.
It's clearly brushed and not carefully.
Oh,
Not carefully at all. They
is it
slapped
clearly
that hard.
brushed? I could be wrong. I saw it as
Like
a...
look at the margins between like the yellow and red stripe on the left, and you can see like brush marks. Like it looks like he painted it like a fucking fence in his yard.
To my eye, he just held the spray paint aerosol can on his forehead and went.
Oh, on his forehead. Yeah, I'm talking about on the chopper. Like.
Yes,
he's
I
got
do
like a
see
yellow
that.
stripe between the two reds. Yeah, it's great. It's one of the funniest bits ever.
It's hilarious on O&M.
I think you got to give some credit to this gentleman because clearly he's in on the joke. It's his joke.
Yeah.
It's his joke.
Oh yeah.
And,
I just linked a video. We can't watch it on there, but if you go to like 6 minutes, you will see them panning down the length of this, and it is the heaviest metal I've ever seen nailed to even heavier metal. Like it's unbelievably
Nailed.
terrible.
And he's written on it with like not stenciling, like who did the electronics, the coach works, the finance, the administration, and it's all him. It's like
who could have financed this? that pedophile Woody was talking to in the 70s. You know, he could have used all his quarters to finance this.
That was probably the 80s.
It's got the names here: the mechanic, the technician, the engineer, the designer, the electronics, the coach.
I'm watching the prop go. It's like it's something from a carnival, you know.
The guy who does sales, simply known as Mayo.
It's awful. It's so awful. I just realized the side windows, because it has side windows, are clearly from an automobile. And the best part is they've painted over the glass so it gives no visibility out of it.
Yeah, there's a big.
They
piece
thought
of
painting
right
a big eye on the glass would be a good idea.
It's a good move.
Oh, and the report, like, this is a comedy bit, dude. This reporter looks like somebody right out of Monty Python's bit. Like he's got a mullet.
Well, he's dressed like a pretend director. He's got the the mullet and the ponytail. He's showing him pictures out of a book of other helicopters that fly.
You know what I'm starting to think? That maybe the reporter is the mastermind, and he just hired this guy to like dress up like this and sit in front of something he made.
Maybe. Either way, it's so fucking funny.
I'm starting to think, because the reporter is so slick with his like little jabs and jokes, I'm thinking he's the mastermind behind this whole thing.
I mean, if this guy, Flight Lieutenant Zabunde, is truly in on it, then he is playing the part to perfection.
If you watch the whole video, they actually have an airplane they built too.
Really?
No.
Oh yeah.
They have an airplane they built with car tires and suspension, and it is special. This is special.
There's a lot of lumber, a lot of heavy lumber involved here. Now, is this guy going to claim that he flew this?
Well, they try to get.
I wouldn't fly on this. Actually, I wouldn't be afraid of flying on this at all.
He's using what's they call plastic stuff with plastic things like eyes to keep the electronics on board. It's like,
yeah, that's fucking absurd. But
you know what?
I couldn't build a helicopter. I've never tried, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I can't prove it. I just know I could come closer.
I know I wouldn't get that deep into building a helicopter before I figured out I didn't know how to build a helicopter.
Yeah.
Every helicopter I've seen, the rotors are like,
on top,
parallel to the ground.
Yeah.